good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, and good night to you all. Hopefully you're all having a lovely day. I just like being able to do that with this fan that I keep holding as like an anxious fidget. Love this fan. It's great. Today is a day. That is what it is. Officially, today is a day that has happened. I don't think I did anything. That's a lie. I did painting, but like, not much. So, it's not meant to be a rel. It wasn't meant to. Shit. Okay, hold on. Okay, now that you've said that, hold on a second. What year did Pokemon Sun and Moon come out? Where is this shit? It's in here somewhere. Where is it? What year was that? 2017? Where is it? Fuck. No. Where is it? Is it not on this computer? No. 2016? What the fuck? There it is. There it is. I know what year it is. Bitches. Like, you joke. You joke. You're like, oh, yeah. Isaac just drew himself with a Pokemon. You joke, but I've done that before. And for what it's worth, it looks better now. So, hey. I have improved as an artist. Even though this is a sketch, I feel like this already looks better. The hands are obviously jank as shit, and the rowlet looks bad, but that's not the point. The point is, I briefly forgot this exists. I think it's on the Facebook, actually, which is whack. And this shows that I still cannot draw owls. Hey, Emily! Okay, we're not here to look at my old Pokemon fan art. And by old, I mean the only one that I've ever drawn. And also, I forgot what year it came out. 2016. Oh my god, it's been years. I think it's the only time I ever drew a Pokemon was that. Aside from like the shit, the stuff, the things have happened. The only thing that changed in my style is I actually draw the eyebrow ridge, and the nose used to go longer, and it usually doesn't. So that's fun. And also the hand is really janky, but it was fun. This is a very sketchy owl, because today, owl time. Because, so, I made a horrific mistake. And by horrific mistake, I mean that, so, if you've been on the stream for like the last like, I don't know, like a month or so, you'll know that I have a character. Can I open? Do I have a file of her on hand immediately? Not really. Let's just grab the shit. Grab it. So you would know that I have a D&D character called Niall, who is my like actual player character in a campaign that is being run by Day Night in the chat. She is my celestial warlock, and she is who she is. And one of the things that we're doing in the campaign when it moves to like the second set, because we're running the first module, when we get to the second bit, we're gonna have retainers. And what retainers are is basically just 2 NPCs that follow our characters around. Like each of us, each player character gets 2 of them. 2 entire retainers. And so me, clever fool what I am, was like, okay, so I'll have a dwarf monk who used to be a pirate, for reasons. And the reason I know what his deal is because I started making him before I was given the like PDF about retainers to know what I was actually supposed to be doing. So he had a lot more detail. He actually has a character sheet, which we're not going to ever use, but he has a character sheet. And so he is cool. And then I was like, okay, so I need a second retainer. What do who do I make as the second retainer for this player character who all of her retainers have to be people she met on the boat for reasons, basically, like, because she doesn't have anyone from like her established life coming with her on this voyage, unless Day decides to do something really fucky and bring someone along that I don't know about. And so I went, oh, okay, I'll do a rogue, because we don't have any rogues in the party. And I'm like, well, having a sneaky motherfucker is pretty helpful. And then I went, oh yeah, in this setting, there are animal people, like owls. And then I went, aha, yes, Owlfolk. I should never go quiet, because then I'll start hearing the goddamn helicopters going overhead. Fucking... Oh, an ad? Ew. Ads are ew. If Eloisa turns up on this boat, on God. No, she's not. She will not. She cannot. She will not. I veto that on the basis of there's no way. Eloisa's like a seamstress. She's not a sailor. Why would she be on the boat? She's not on the boat. But yeah, I decided foolishly that the second retainer for my character would be an Owlfolk, which requires me to draw owls. And as we can see, owl limited. You're drawing a flower eating people at the same time. Hell yeah. Yeah, she better not die. Like, I have, in as much detail as I have on the characters in Niall's life, there's like 2 of them. Okay, like, there's like 2 of them who could theoretically be on the boats, which is, Eloise's granddaughter, who is a merchant herself, so who the fuck knows? She could be on the boat, I don't know. And then, like, if weird shit happened in the 20 years since Niall got exiled, Christina could be on one of the boats, but I doubt it. Like, I don't think she would be, because, huh? And then there's, like, you know, Mariella could show up if she Faye walks into some fucking bullshit. It's like, how the fuck did you get here? Where the fuck did you come from? It's like, I Faye walked here. It's like, you, the fuck? Like, that's it. But anyway, yeah, she might send a letter. Oh, that'll be fun. Oh, that'll be delightful. Niall will love getting that. She will. It'll just be like, oh my god. Oh god, there she is. Oh god. That'll be fun. But yeah, owl. And so I have collected reference. I have collected references. Because since the place that the Owlfolk... I bet like Owlfolk. I don't know what the hell why it was going to be Owlfolk, but okay. Basically, the Owlfolk are from the equivalent of England, like of, well, I guess the island of Britain, more specifically. You know, just the general United Kingdom, British Isles bullshit. And so I was like, hey, barn owls are native to England, and they're cute as shit. Barn owl time. And so I have 2 barn owl references for what the fuck a barn owl actually looks like. I have a reference for what the hell the skeleton looks like, because birds are weird and the leg is doing some real weird shit. Like, is that technically like the palm? That's just wild. I have 2 references by artists who I unfortunately do not know, for examples of how to handle making an owl into a person, which is very, very difficult. Thank you for the follow, Kane, California. Welcome to the stream. This is the complaint about owls time. I think this one was like, I remember the name like Moss showing up, maybe. I don't remember if that was that artist. But like this one has wings and this one doesn't, and I have had confirmation that the Owlfolk in this setting do have wings. So it'll probably end up leaning more to this style of having it, where you basically, you know, you have your body and you have arms, legs, and then wings up top, gone all wacky. And then I have my original sketch, which I had to, because my phone is being mean, I had to take a picture of it with my computer webcam, and then I traced over it, like in Clip Studio. I had to give it a little tracing over, so that it's actually visible. So, and the hands were just as bad in the original sketch too, so don't worry about it. This was from like 2 weeks ago, so, you know, I'm allowed to draw badly. And those are my references. I like toast. Toast is very good. I am a fan of toast. I have been subsisting off of breakfast toast for the last, like, 4 years. Toast is very good. I need to put more stuff on my toasts. I have chicken. I have chicken toast. Shit. I'm gonna have a fucking feast of toast tomorrow. It's gonna be awesome. But yeah, I have references. Now, I do basically know what a barn owl looks like, so that's good. I'm assuming that, like... Because, like, that's... this section? Which means that the leg goes up here, and then back here? And then that's, like, the spine? That's weird as shit, dude. The hell? What? What? Alright. The legs are already really hard, like, on people. And I mostly draw, like, people. So I don't totally know how you would actually convert this kind of weird shit. Because, like, I mean, I guess, like, the way you go is, like, this is the hip. This is the knee, and this is your ankle, and that's just like the ball, like the flat of your foot, and then your toes. That's how they usually like describe it when you use an example of like another creature and how all their legs are whack. Like their legs are just weird. Ah, Raiders! Welcome, Carolverse! Ah! Welcome to I don't understand owl anatomy, but I'm trying to make a person out of it. That's what's happening! Hey! It's cold in here. It actually came up on the microphone. Oops. Welcome, Raiders! Welcome, Dasley. Welcome, Kindar. Welcome, Carol. Hopefully you had a lovely stream. Wow! Like toast with oatmeal. I toast a vessel to excel in the moistness of the oatmeal. Hopefully the oatmeal is brown sugar. Good lord. That is a detailed description of your preference of toast. I respect that. I'm not a fan of oatmeal personally, but that like makes enough sense to me. Like I understand the process of enjoying oatmeal with toast. 6 hours? That's a damn long stream. Is that because no one else was on? Oh no! Oh no! Sophie, Usually, Greg would be streaming, but Greg isn't streaming this morning, so I'm like, oh shit, I'm the evening person now. Oh god. Yes, I love my Rady toast. My Raid toast is, that is my emote. I need to do 7, excuse me. I need to do a what now? That's my emote. My emote. I have a raging toast emote. That's my Raid emote. It's like the, I have yelling toast, and then I have a thinking toast, and then I also have a dabbing duck, but that's just for me to use. Because I don't have that many emote slots. I can't do a 7-hour stream. I can't do that. Oh, Greg's on vacation. Oh. Oh, I didn't know Greg was going on vacation. Because I unfortunately keep missing his streams. Which isn't, like, that's just my fault. I just keep forgetting. So I didn't know he was going on vacation. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, I'm gonna be the morning host for like, oh god. Oh, I'm gonna be the morning host for a while. Ooh. And then Siobhan stopped streaming, I guess. So, oops. I'm the morning host until the 5th. That's awkward. Well, at least for the 3 days that I stream. And by morning, I mean, it's 11 p.m. Whoops. Anyway, so yeah, I need to try and design this character, and the good... yeah, counting on me. I have forgotten no bricks, and I have forgotten no promise. I need to just get to your house. That's what's happening. I'm waiting to get to your house, and then it'll happen. Oh god. It's a good thing that I'll be streaming this, because I wasn't sure what I was going to actually do today. Yeah, I can stream for 2.5 hours, because I did notice that there was a gap between me and Shyrad. So I can cover that gap. So it can be 2.5 hour stream. Woo! The reason I decided to do this one today is because I didn't actually know what I was going to do, and then I went, wait, this character, I don't know what their deal is. This is a perfect stream topic, because then I can get people to tell me what their deal is. It's helpful. It will be helpful, I'm sure. Okay, so I'm just gonna make that like low and pick a darker color so it actually contrasts. Maybe like a dark blue. Yeah, boy. Excellent. Maybe even darker. Yeah, boy. Ah, jeez. Okay, so I'm probably gonna, so with this design down here, I did this design before I knew for certain that the Owlfolk had wings. And so in this design, the wings are being taken up by a cloak that suggests wings, which I might still keep depending on how things go. I know, Day. I know. Darcy's not a hot gay pirate, unfortunately. Gonna go to bed. It's 5 in the morning in your current location. Damn. Well, good night, Kane. Thank you for stopping by. Hell yeah, I will enjoy my stream. There will be many owls. It'll be a time. But thank you for stopping by. I'm glad you liked the toast. Okay, I have to show the pirate now. Sorry. Okay, let's go back to this one. There it is. Here we go. Basically, what happened was last week, on last Saturday's stream, I was trying to design my player character's fiance. She hasn't seen her in 20 years, but I was trying to design my player character's fiance, and I was getting really stuck. And for some reason, I gave her this outfit because I thought it was hot. And then I went, wait, that's a pirate outfit. That would make her a pirate. And then I ummed and erred about whether to commit, and now she's just a pirate. So she is the hot gay pirate of the Niall extended universe. So she's around. It's only one pirate, unfortunately, because Niall is not a pirate. No, she's not a pirate. And Niall's up here being very excited. I do that in like 2 minutes. It was very good. But yeah, so that was last week. There's a lot of art going on. I've been doing like art every week, so I have a lot of random shit to show. So now I have gay pirate. It's great. She's around. She won't show up in the campaign, but I love her anyway. But yeah, I drew this design for the retainer before I knew they had wings. So now I have to add the wings in. And I probably don't want to keep this design anyway because I don't know what the hell's happening down here. I don't know what's happening at any of these points. Because, hold on, I need to pull up my notes because I don't have that many notes. I'm not sure what game was censored in your chat. Oh my god. You've got Twitch set to baby mode. And the gay is too it's too risque for you. I started writing a T. That's not a word that I need. Anyway, Darcy, because the character's name is Darcy. I had a reason for it and I don't remember it. Owl, Rogue, Rogu, 33, yo. I'm gonna turn off the roar for a second. So Darcy, Owl, Rogue, 33. Spy once. And then I had a thing, because when I was working on the article on Tuesday for Niall, not for Darcy, but for Niall, I was like, oh, I wonder if maybe her wings don't work. And that's why she's now on a boat. So, like, wing injury? These are my notes. These are all I have. This is basically all I know about her. Because part of it is I want to make sure that her existence on the boat makes sense. Because the other retainer, who is the dwarf monk, his existence makes some sense, even though you have to kind of stretch the imagination to understand why a dwarf who used to be a pirate, who is from the equivalent of Turkey, who went and became a monk, is now working as a helmsman on a boat manned mostly by humans. But it's cool. You can work with it. He has a box. Tarek is great. She does not own the boat, unfortunately. We already know who owns the boat. It's the monarchy, I think. The monarchy own the boat. If they don't, that's the practical effect of it, is they basically own the boat. So she is an employee on the boat. Because Niall's the navigator, the dwarf is one of the helmsmen, because I'm assuming that he can't really be the helmsman close to shore because he can't see overboard because he is a dwarf on a box. I'm trying to find the list of things that I was sent of like the roles of people on boats, and I feel like I've scrolled past it, so now I have no idea where that list is gone. It was around here somewhere. There it is. I found it. And I know some of them are filled on the boat. Let me copy it. Let me bring this shit in here. Oh my god, it's tiny. But there's like a list of the roles on the boat that we have, right? And so, for example, the captain is taken, the lieutenant is taken, the officer I'm gonna say is taken, because that's I'm pretty sure the captain is Morgan, the lieutenant is Dan, or Vanera. This is either Dan or Vanera. I don't remember which way it goes. We have a cook. We don't have a quartermaster. We have a doctor. Doctor isn't listed on here. Maybe the doctor's somewhere. There's a doc. Navigator. We have pilots, kind of, at least one of them. And I think that's it, actually. I don't think... Where the hell does... Where does the priest fall into this? Where does the priest fall? What's his job? Talia is doc. Yeah, Talia is the doc. Where does Marius fall? Like, what's his role? I know he's the priest, but, like, where is that? Can I not read? I might not be able to read. Oh, Jesus. Whoa, oh, no. Oh, I'm writing all over it. That's fine. Oopsie daisies. Don't worry about that. Yeah, I don't know exactly where the priest is, but the priest is around. We have a priest. I don't think I'm missing anybody, but I could be. Oopsies. Where'd that go? No, okay, that's fine. I'm just using it like as a guideline. And I also don't know everybody else's retainers, because I know at least 2 of the other players have like worked on their retainers extensively, or like an amount, because they had a chat about it after one of the games, so they know what their deals are, and I don't know who their retainers are, so I have no idea which of these other roles are filled on this boat. And so basically, and because the character of Darcy is not native to the country that the ship is from, because the ship is from, I'm just gonna say Portugal. Kind of. Well, probably close to, like, the Netherlands. Like, the ship's from the Netherlands, and she's from England. So she's probably not the diplomat, because that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, personally. She could be, basically, because she's a rogue, right? That doesn't really give you a whole lot. There's not, like, a job for a rogue on this boat. You could possibly... like, angle for, like, pest control. Lookout, because she's an owl. Oh, musician's kind of covered. The cook is a musician. But, like, those 2 are, like, the kind of obvious-ish things. And I've already forgotten what a stevedore is. So, Oh, okay, they haven't met specific roles on the ship. Cool. Awesome. We're just being kind of vague on it. And I'm still assuming there's more than one pilot, because you have to pilot the boat a lot. You gotta sleep at some point. Shit. So, like, that's fine. The thing is, whichever role I pick for Darcy, it needs to make sense that she would be close to the player character, which is, I'm gonna make a different color. Like, my player character is here. So my player character is the navigator, and the other retainer is one of the pilots. So this makes immediate sense, right? That these 2 would know each other, and that I would be able to employ his services while doing some bullshit. Or wherever the hell he's going to factor into the plot. And so the obvious example, like the obvious pick would be Lookout. Like, that would be the like most obvious, and because if she can fly, then that would be her role, because then the Lookout works with the navigator, and that makes a whole lot of sense. But there was the thing where I wasn't sure if she specifically could fly. Because while Owlfolk can, I had a brief, like, thought, and I'm gonna... Where'd the thing go? I need to pull up the page. Which you can't see, but I need it as my notes, because I didn't write my notes in my text document. Oopsies. I basically went, she might have buggered up her wings in an accident. I forgot that I rewrote it. But, like, she might have injured her wings at some point, which means that she is in practice just a bird-shaped person. Or that if she can fly, she can't fly very far or very much. So that would disqualify her from lookout, kind of. Like, yeah, you can still climb up there, but, like, if you can't fly, like, what's the point of having the big owl be in the crow's nest, as opposed to somebody who's a bit more nimble? And then again, she is a rogue, so lookout could still work. Because I think if she couldn't do lookout, the alternative was she was going to be one of these people. Because I still need to explain why she is on the boat. Which is kind of the issue. And I don't want to spend too long trying to figure out what her job is. Because I'm still, because I figured out how the pilot got on the boat. I know roughly the course of events that got him there. I have no idea how Darcy got on this boat. Like, I don't know what choices in her life led her here. Unless she's spying for the fantasy British government. Like, if she's spying for, I don't know what the royalties' names are, but like she's spying for the Arcadian Lions or something, which, whack. She could do that, but like I don't know what her deal is. Lookout might be the best option just because it makes immediate sense. I don't want to accidentally monopolize the navigator subclass of people on this boat, but being navigator is my job. So it kind of makes sense that I would be close to the person who pilots the boat and the person who makes sure that we don't hit a sudden rock that I couldn't see because I don't have a map of the seafloor. Would have been really helpful if Darcy had been present during Thursday's game, huh? Oh, Jesus. Look out. Because it's possible that she can fly enough to get to the crow's nest fairly easily. She just can't do a whole lot more than that. Because, like, you would assume that the Owlfolk can fly pretty far, generally, but she might not be able to go, like, too far. I mean, you still have, like, a cool injured wing scenario where it just looks kind of cool. And where her wings are mostly kept behind her, so you don't have to draw the wings all the time because, oh god. I'm imagining trying to draw wings and it makes me upset. So you basically chuck your head. You do the bit. I've immediately forgotten what an owl looks like. There we go. There is no good way to have these references anywhere on my screen, despite the fact that I have two monitors. There is nowhere for them to go. Because I can't cover chat in case, because then I can't read it. And I don't want to cover the stream because I need to be able to see if things are functional. That's a weird noise. That's a lot of dust on the pen tip. That's weird. Rip. So yeah, like, you do basically... Yeah, pretty much except for me. I didn't have two monitors for ages. The only reason I have two is because basically my dad raided his workplace and brought home a bunch of shit and was like, hey, you want a monitor? And I'm like, hell yeah, I'll take a monitor. The issue was, like, because we have two spare monitors. Well, we have two monitors in the house. Because both my dad and I have laptops. So we have two monitors, and he brought home the old one first, and then he took it because he's a working man, and I am not one of those. So he needed it more than I did. And then he brought home a new one. It's like, okay, I'll take the old one, you take the new one. I didn't have the port for the old one, so I had to take the fancy new one. And when I say fancy new, it's probably from, like, 2014 or something. But, like, it's like a fancy-ish looking one. Its color temperature is busted, though. It's, like, pink as hell. Not as pink as my old laptop, but very pink. I'm immediately having difficulties remembering how the hell proportions work with these goddamn owls. I don't like what's happening here already. Fancy new monitor. Like a screen? Fancy new screen. Okay, how the hell do I put the legs in here? Because, like, I have a silly, like, skirt covering up all that bullshit, because that would be like, that's the flat of the foot, that's the lower leg, and then it's somewhere in here. And this one's like that. So you just like elongate it maybe? I guess, because like then when you look up here, it's like, wait. Hold on. Zoom enhance. What the hell's happening? What the hell is happening in here? Okay. So yeah, I guess if you're standing up, you can kind of get away with just elongating the leg out. Because on the normal bird, it's very, like, compact. You're getting a zigzag. But you can probably just be like, Oh, Oh, legs. That way it doesn't look as weird, even though there are still way too many joints in that leg. You'd probably also maybe, like, you can kind of shove it up into the torso and just hide it underneath the fabric. It would probably mean that the way that the clothing works, because I've put this like at like human hip height, but if we assume the leg actually keeps going, you would probably end up with like an empire waistline, weirdly enough. Because you would put it above where the leg is going. So like the rib cage is like here, right? And then the leg connects like just down there. So you'd put the waistline up here, and then you just have a bunch of loose flowing fabric so that you can hide the weirdness in the leg, and so it just looks a bit like bow-legged. If that makes literally any sense to anyone who is not me currently talking to myself. Like, I'm just giving everyone empire waistlines, apparently, because I refuse to do it to my own, like, to my player character, so I have to give it to everybody else. Everybody else needs to have an empire waistline. And so in that case, if this is, like, roughly where the rib cage is, let's use the correct Rodic, then that's like the spine, the top of the leg, like the hip, goes like here. The hip's like up here. And then that goes backwards? Kind of? Or it's just kinda like it's nope, immediately I've lost it. Ah shit. Because that doesn't make sense, because it goes forward, so it would be like that. And then it would go back, forward, up. Okay, so yeah, so then you would basically have an empire waistline probably showing up. So she can have a cool, like, rope, whatever. Wear a goddamn tunic. Just wear a cool tunic. It's fine. And then this sort of, the weirdness of this shape gets kind of hidden by the fact that owls are fairly, like, bulky. Because you can barely see that, because, like, this is, like, the leg goes up to here, and then it goes in here somewhere. You can't see that on the actual owl, because it's just hidden in there. You can't see it. There is a mass of feathers in the front. So, like, you know, it ends up just, like, borbing out. And so you get leg back, like, forward, and then feetsies. Which I do not care to have to draw. Because that's just, and so you get kind of like that. Kind of. Sort of. That's the kind of how owls work. Because the issue is that I drew a regular human torso and there's just a bunch of random lines all over it. And then, like, the back is still... Wait, hold on. Where does the... So if this is where the hip actually is, because that's hip, knee, ankle, toe flexy, then the tail starts up here. The tail is up there. And that this just only looks like it starts down here because of all the fluff. Kinda. Owls are weird. This is one of the machines that I'm going to have to actually rewatch to figure out what the hell I was thinking when I look back at this. I'm like, what the hell is going on with this drawing? What the heck? What is happening? Help. Forward, back, forward, whoop. Tail goes, let's just put it out. Even though it doesn't really go out that far, and then it just can be like, you know, just, it's just 5 for a second. We'll deal with that later. I didn't actually draw a tail on that, I don't think. There might have been a tail in there. I don't totally know what I was doing. And then, so we have to add in wings, and we're basically going to do the normal thing that people do, which is basically you chuck the arms where you normally do, and you chuck the wings, like, in the back. They start, like, very much in the small of the back. Or, like, the tip of the shoulder blades. Don't look at my hands. Don't look at that. Don't do that. Don't do that to me. It's cold in here, because I can't turn the heater on, because you haven't fixed it yet. Ignore the fact that there's a heater right there. I don't use it. I use that heater, because then it heats the whole space. And I have the door closed. So it's cold, so I'm wearing gloves. I'm wearing the gloves to keep my hands warm so my fingertips don't turn purple again. So yeah, you put the shoulders where the shoulders usually go, and you just give them arms. You can know your current hands. Oh, good. Why are you looking at previous hands? Where the hell are you getting previous hands from? What are you doing? What the hell? I guess one thing with arms, because like the two examples here, I think they do look just like very much like human arms. They have the slight like hint towards like the same kind of like you know, this is, but then like you can do it, Isaac. You know, shoulder, like hip, knee, you know, situation going on, but they're not really doing the like the bowedness. And this one isn't really doing that much. They're just kind of implying it. And that's a different type of owl too. This one's an actual barn owl, which it wasn't intentional. And they seem to just be doing the same kind of thing, where you just do a normal arm and just slather that thing. Thursday hands? Thursday hands? There were Thursday hands? Oh, those hands. Right. I immediately forgot that I went out on Thursday. So yeah, I guess you just do like regular like shit. I think there are only in like 2 of those photos. I immediately forgot that my hands were in those photos. So yeah, you basically just do like a normal arm, I think. Because I feel like if you tried to replicate the leg with the arm, it would get real weird real quick. This one has 5 digits, this one does 3. I'm torn on which one would be cooler. I feel like 3 would be kind of neat just because it keeps the like, you know, talons, as it were, of the bird. All your tarso-metatarsus shenanigans, the fibulas, the tibias. There are 4? They're duplicates! Oh no, because I'm in the... Wait, hold on. I'm holding the thing. I'm holding the thing. I'm holding an umbrella. Where the hell's the other hand? Duplicated on the other hands? There are so many hands. I don't know where all these hands are going. I'm scared of all these hands. The thing is, like, how do you decide the arm length? Because the hip is not where you think the hip is. Okay, cool. I'm just making sure. Because the hip is actually not here. That's the thing. Like, if you actually are drawing bird leg, the hip is not here. Because that's like knee, ankle. Well, actually, no, this one has actually kind of done it. Well, wait, what? Forward, back, forward. Oh, okay, so I guess this one has just elongated the torso a shit ton. Elongate the torso, big torso. Which kind of makes sense. It is kind of because of like where the neck is too. The neck looks like half of the torso. Because the neck is actually going down to like here or some shit, but like, you know, it looks like it stops like here. So if the hip is there, then that's roughly human proportion here. I'm not good at anatomy. This is not It isn't how this works. I'm gonna... What the hell is happening? Hold on. Let's get that lasso back in here. Let's get rid of these boys. Because I didn't quite realize how that leg was working on that example that I was pulling. Because what they've done is they've put, like, the rib cage, kind of, and then a waist, which the owl technically kind of doesn't have, and then it goes out, in, out, boop. Like an AT-AT ass, and then woo! It looks longer than that, kind of thing. They've done something more like that, where the whole leg is visible the whole time, but because of the angle that they picked, it doesn't really look that weird, because it looks like that's almost like one thing. But no, it is actually bending and then going into the twiggy bit of the bird. So... that's probably better, because this shit's looking weird and I'm scared of that, so let's not do that one. We get rough head shape. This is like where, well, not head shape, like head size. The head is somewhere in like here-ish. Maybe I'm gonna have to make that immediately smaller. Rib cage, a kind of waist-ish section, kind of, just looks like an elongated rib cage, really. The neck is in there, but it's like big. Kinda. And then hip, it goes out, back, how long is it? Okay, so the out the first time is fairly small. Oh, Jesus, alright, I look away for 2 seconds. Look away for 2 whole seconds, get out of here, bud. Scram. Scram. There more of them? No, that was just me scrolling up. Okay, bots be deleted. Thinking about bird anatomy. I don't have time for bots. It's okay, like the front part's fairly small, and then this chunk is actually quite long. And then this is also fairly short, and then foot. These proportions are absolute horrific. Legs. Who the hell ever wants to draw legs? I cannot claim to understand. Leg. Oh boy, that looks weird. I think you have to make this section not use scale rotate. Let's just drag that up. Make that boy longer. Make that a longer boy. And then yeah, just kind of like the beep beep. Chicken looking leg, ass. I don't draw butts, so I don't. This is not my territory. Legs are scary. I don't know what's happening. Leg, fucking chicken man, and then you put the arms back in, and now that's like. The hands stop like there, kind of. So they're not very long arms, actually. Not really. I need to move Birdman over a bit. Bird madam, get over here. Come move center of the canvas. Let's play. And then I kind of like the idea of it being 3-fingered. Ooh boy, ooh boy. There's a lot to unpack here. Oh god. And then there are wings, which start kind of in the small of the back, up in the whoop whoop, and then it goes wee. For bat wings. That's not what the bird wings look like. They do more of an up and then out. Well, technically they don't. They do another bunch of weird bullshit. Because they got, like... They do the same bullshit. I'm like, what? Like, I don't know where that is. Where's that? Where are your fingers in this, huh? The shit. Like, shoulder into bit, but no, because I'm pretty sure that the reason this specific bit is out here is because that's the carpal flangey shit. So then where the hell is this part? Where does this go? Where is this bird? What is this bird doing? Where are your wings, dude? Shit, I need more references. I need barn owl. Barn owl time. Tell me about barn owls. How do your wings work, yo? The shit. Like where are the bits? Where are they? Because nothing that is being shown to me explains where that other bone is going. Like where is that other bone? Where is it? I don't know. And maybe she was looking at all these barn owls just made me think about Guardians of Garfield, and I'm just like, shit, dude, I don't need to think about that movie. It wasn't good. I'm just thinking about shit movies now. Where does this bloody thing go? I have no idea. Bruh. Give me bones? Please, bone. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Damn it. No, don't open that. Yes, open that. No, not that one. Yes, that one. Yes, that one. There we go. There we go. There we go. Here we go. You got it. Figured it out. Found the shit that I need. Actually, I need to move that one over. Move that over there so I could have this reference standing up next to it. So it's like... So this out here is the... like metacarpals. So that is where like that's like the equivalent of your thumb, and then that's all your fingies. Doing their shit. Then in here, it actually goes like that, and it's just connected by like some shit. It just gets connected by like the same kind of shit that like that like little bit of webbing that connects your thumb to your like other finger. That little bit of like stuff. It's covered by that shit. And so it just ends up looking like that. Or kind of more like that-ish, kind of. It depends. But it's actually doing that. And then going. So that's why it looks like 2 bits, but there's actually 3 different bones in there. Well, there's like the 2 bones doing the thing. To make the shape. Which would imply that this should actually look more like that, but I guess it's just the angle that the reference is on. Where it looks... Because it would probably look more... concave. Because it's probably like concave away from the viewer. And so you get it like that. I'm figuring it out. Listen, like, this is more difficult than it needs to be because I didn't do biology, I failed physics, and I can't think in the 3rd dimension half the time. So this shit gets really hard. And this is why I said that I made a mistake when I decided to draw an owlfolk, because at least I know what a human looks like. I cannot grab an owl and turn them around to get a reference. I do not have an owl, and I will not ever have an owl. So I'm just like, how does this shit work? Help! What's going on? Science is hard. So now I have a biological reference. So now I know where these stupid bones are going. Oh god, I forgot it looked like that. I feel like I'm drawing like I'm like a Mothman. Because it would go like this, basically, and then out, is the kind of the vibe. But then it goes like, it comes out, it looks like that. Oh dear. Oh heavens. Oh sweet lord. Oh god. And this is why Darcy will literally never be drawn by me with her wings out. Because I do not want to have to figure out what the hell is going on in here. Like, what in the what is going on? What? Oh boy. So wings, right? We're just gonna say they look like that for the sake of design purposes. It looks something like that. Oh god. This hurts me. This kills. I need to drink water. Oh my god. I'm dying. I have done this. This is my fault. And I thought my original sketch was bad. And not even the one that I drew like 3 minutes ago. It's the other one. Yeah, I've accidentally just drawn Mothman. I don't know how the hell that happened. I don't even know what Mothman looks like half the time. So I've just created Mothman, but bird. Which means it's basically just Mothman. So that's unfortunate. I don't know what to do with that. That's not something I have the, like, technical training to deal with. So the only real way to get further away from Mothman is to start putting in the owl details that will make it not look like Mothman. So bring that back, start adding like that cute little heart. Because we can start, if I can bring it away from Mothman, it'll be with the details that make it look more like a bird. And also with more fluff, because this is not very fluffy. When it gets all floofy, it will look less like Mothman. Because well, I guess Mothman's like fuzzy. Mothman isn't like fluffy. Technically, a bird is also not fluffy, but it's like downy fluff. Downy and fuzzy are not the same thing. So, you know, we get a different textural vibe. Of course, I cannot draw textures to save my life. That's why I didn't do well in Viscom. So, you know. Oops. Oopsie daisies. Don't tell either of my Viscom teachers that I've admitted to no longer being good at visual communications. Because they will both be upset with me. At least one of them will actually be upset with me. Well, like, not, like, obviously not really, but, like, a little bit she would be, I think. Because I was not a bad student. When I was in her class. I saw her at a bus stop once. It was very weird. And then I did really weird shit, like taking my sunglasses off before I took my headphones out, even though they were not connected at all. I was just like having a mental like moment of like, what sequence of events do I need to do to be able to hear this lady? Sunglasses off. Headphones out. Not headphones out. Full stop. No, sunglasses have to be out too. That looks a little bit more owl-like. Immediately. I'm gonna make this sketch lighter so I don't have to look at it too much. Yeah, basically, yeah. All I'm saying is I've accidentally drawn Mothman, and I used to be good at Viscom, and now I'm not, and my teacher would be very sad. And I am also, like, brain sometimes just go, huh? And I do weird shit. Okay, so like face kind of shit, and you can kind of get, well, does it have, it goes like flat. Yeah, like a flat top, and then it kind of, it actually is basically very square. It's not a very round shape, actually. It looks round from the front, but like from this angle, it's not very round. It's kind of more like a, more boxy with a little bit of rounding to it, like a rounded cube. Like a rounded square, more. So I guess she's kind of like, and so that is how you get the head in of Bird Mothman. I think part of the issue is that the body is not proportioned properly, which is obviously a problem. The wings are also like very small, but that's kind of deliberate because I don't want to have to draw a big wing. Make that arm, I think, slightly bigger. And then in general, this looks way the shit too short. Like, the legs are too short. I think the torso in general is too short, so if I just... Long boy, slightly embiggened. A little bit. That helps a little. That makes it slightly less bad. Only slightly, but like it helps. And like you probably make that probably put like the leg up in there more. So face. I'm gonna say this is like well, yeah, because it's supposed to be like a base that I can draw shit on top of. Which is gonna be really annoying because I don't want to have to look at this like horrific beast that I've drawn, and also because feathers awful. Awful. So like, you know, you just kinda imply you get the big chicken legs. Big chicken leg. And again, feet that I do not care. I don't care. I have never actually cared about how to draw feet, and I will continue to be a horrific, like Rob Liefeld-esque menace to society. I do not care. I will not draw legs properly. This is not where this happens. This is not where good art takes place. Hey! Another raid! P2 Putu is raiding with a party of 6. Welcome, P2 Putu, and thank you for the follow, Hungry in Hungary. Raid! Kenichi, what's up? Hell yeah! Hell yeah, this rules. Welcome, people from P2 Putu's raid. I'm doing well, I guess. We've crested the peak of the worst of the owl time. Maybe. Potentially. I hope. The owl is a developing situation. This is a rough owl. Yeah, it's a Mothman. That's what I'm saying. I can't draw birds. Oh shit. Yeah, yeah. Some people spell it double S. Some people spell it double A. I don't know why why that is a difference that happens. A lot of people seem to spell it double S. And a lot of people will subsequently misspell my name. It's like, huh. Because everyone I know in person spells it double A, but everyone online seems to use double S. It's like, huh, that's weird. I think it's like a regional difference. But anyway, this art is not supposed to be Mothman. It is supposed to be an owl person, but yeah, well, Yudichu does. Yudichu spells it with a double S, and I spell it with a double A. Technically, I think like because I took the name out of a surname in my family, and I think technically, based on how the surname is spelled, I'm supposed to spell it with a double S, but I've always spelled Isaac with a double A. So, oops. You want to spell it with Z's? Yes. Well, as I said on Twitter before, A-Z-A-C-H. Oh, I-Z-A-C-H, even. Vowels. Hard. Torso. That looks kind of like an owl. I don't know what the hell happened up here. I just drew that, and I don't know what I just did. Yeah. I've, when I was at school, most of the people, I only knew, one kid who was called Isaac, and he spelt his name, with, double A, I'm pretty sure. And then, I think he's the only person that I've met who actually was called Isaac, so I was just like, oh, yeah, okay, everyone spells double A then. So I just assumed, and then I went with it, and now it's too late to change that. In the same way that it is now too late to, change anything else. Oopsies, 3D form, please fix the leg. Please fix leg. That's partial fix leg. Leg fix, kinda. Yeah, okay. I think it might depend on where you are. Because the Isaacs that I know who spell it double A both live in Australia. And I do as well, obviously, so I'm number 3. So I think Aussies spell it double A more consistently than they do double S. And then it depends on, like, other, like, regions. I don't have any, like, hard proof for that, but I think it leans towards being a regional difference. And again, technically, based on where I got the name from, I should be spelling it double S. So, oops. If Isaac is pronounced Isaac, is Isaac pronounced Isaac? I mean, I've always pronounced them identically, but yeah. Oh, Newcastle, Australia. Oh, shit. Okay, then that ruins my theory. My theory has been ruined. Shit. Oh, no. Oh, God. I now have no idea. Everything is crumbling apart. I don't know where the name came from. I don't know how to spell it. But I think, like, in general, double A is more common. I guess just because, like, that's the Bible spelling, and that's where most people get the name from. So I guess, like, that, and then double S is the variant. Who knows? Words are hard. I don't know nothing about no words. Arms. Fencing Isaac IRL on the name from movies and games. Yeah, that's fair. That's completely fair. And at least in that respect, we have, like, Binding of Isaac. Which, I mean, it's pronounced differently, but... Names, they're hard. Words are hard. Words are fake. Language is strange. No one totally knows what's going on. Anyone who claims to is a liar. Inventing images made the colors noticeably darker. Is that because it's changed from like CMYK to YGB or something? I have no idea. I've forgotten. I haven't had to use a DSLR in ages, so I don't even remember how photos work. And I've lost most of the photos that I had from my, like, media course. I don't even remember how I went around with those. Because they were on the hard drive that is currently sitting, like, somewhere over there and doesn't work anymore. Yeah, fair enough. It's just like, it's doing something with the range. It's just like... Who knows? Yeah, some words are longer in different languages, even though they have the same meaning. Because they have, like, subtly different changes, or, like, it just makes more sense. It's just a... Alright, sure. I'm gonna keep these hands just looking absolutely horrific. Because I don't want to have to figure that out. I do not want to have to figure that out. Alright, my reference. How did you do your arm? No, you did the hands like that. Okay. Hydrate. Yes. Hydration. Food, water is good. Eat. Boom. That's water. Ooh, Jesus Christ, that was louder than I thought it would be. I don't know why I stopped midway through that sentence, but it's fine. Okay, let's get this hand in, because I'm gonna go with the 3-finger. And, like, if any of the other players have, like, if any of the other players either end up using an owl person or have an owl retainer and they draw it with 5, I'm gonna claim it's just a regional difference. Or, like, you know, it depends on what species of owl. Yeah, it's supposed to be a barn owl person, because she's from fantasy England, so she must be a barn owl. And because barn owls are cute. That was pretty much the beginning and end of my logic, is barn owl's cute. I think they look cute, but that's, like, until you start dealing with, like, how the mouth works. This looks horrific. I'm gonna turn the sketch back on so you don't have to think about the proportions of that. I've forgotten what great horned owls look like. I do like great horned owls because they have eyebrows. And that's just a lot of, like, expressive fun. Meanwhile, I've had to add eyebrows to this barn owl. And, like, their mouths make a lot more immediate sense because they're, like, the tip is further, like, up, so it opens out. But it does, like, barn owl faces are weird. Beaks are strange. They do a lot of weird shit. And, like, I've already had to deal with anatomy. I don't have to deal with like, mouth anatomy. Like, shit. In as much as, like, I have to do any kind of emoting in drawings of this character, I'm just gonna change how this section looks. You know? Like, this is the smile. And then when she's sad, it looks like that. Or something. Like, I'm just gonna pull some bullshit so I don't have to draw, like, opening mouths. Like, maybe I just think barn owls look cute because I've never had to deal with them, and because, like, when they're in movies, they tend to be cute, unless we're talking about Guardians of Gahul, again, which no one wants to. We don't want to remember the dark times. The dark times of, Owl movie. Oh boy. Did anyone actually like that movie? I need to, like, canvas, because I remember being, like, terrified the whole time. Because it's just like, what the hell is happening? I'm so scared. I'm so confused. Zack Snyder, what have you done? That's a Zack Snyder film, I'm pretty sure. It's like, how the hell did this happen? Where did we go wrong? What happened? Guardians of Gahul. It's the owl movie. It is the movie with the owls in it. Hold on. Yeah, because if you look up Guardians of, you're gonna get all the other shit, but it's Gahul. Yeah, the owl movie. The owl movie, directed by Zack Snyder. I was like, what the shit is this? Like, I went and saw that in theaters, dude. I'm just like, huh? It was a strange film. Because it's based on, like, a kid's book or something. I remember just being, like, scared a bunch. And then I bought the book, and then I didn't read the book. I haven't seen it since it came out. So when did it come out? Good lord. How old is this film? How old was I when I saw this? I would have been 11. I saw it when I was 11 in 2010. Because I saw it in the theaters. And it's like 2 hours long. It is not a short film. It is a film of length. Well, it's only animated at 40, like an hour 40. Yeah, it's not too bad actually. But yeah, that's a film that exists and has a lot of barn owls in it. And they're quite well animated, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm not sure if it holds up. But, like, I don't remember any of it. I just remember, like, mind-controlled owls and being very confused. Okay, so we identified that wings are weird. So this is gonna go great. Part of the reason it looks strange is because the wings are not the right length. Because barn owl wings are actually quite large. I've also forgotten the tail. Which is quite wide, which is good because it means it'll actually show up behind the butt. We'll do the tail first, and then we'll figure out what to do with the wings to fit them on the page, so we can get like some actual designing going. This looks more fluffy than feathery. I think that's like roughly proportionate. It might actually be fairly. Actually, no, they should be quite long. The tail should be like down here. Really, it's very long. These they have quite long tails. Like the screeches. Yeah, owl screeches are pretty spooky. I haven't had to deal with them that often though, because I've seen like one owl out here, like once, and it was mostly just going like, and I'm like, cool. I was like, I'm gonna go outside, and then I see an owl on my like clothesline, and I'm like, I'm gonna go back inside. I remember the scary part of the movie being like the storm sections. I remember there being a storm, and because you're like in a dark theater, that shit's fucking spooky as hell. Yeah. Owls are not particularly common where I am, or if they are common, I do not see them because I don't go outside at night. Or I certainly haven't in a while, so I'm just like, I don't see them. They're around, I'm sure, but I don't see them, and that's probably for the best. I'll leave them where they are. Now magpies. Magpies I can handle. I'm gonna make this a bit smaller, so we can get this small Mothman in here. And then that way the wings can actually be the correct size. Like proportionate to the body. Yes, Hogwarts does use owls. That's why, when most people think of owls, they're probably thinking of Hedwig, which is the like barn owl that or I say it's a snowy owl, isn't it? Like the snowy owl that Harry has in the movies. I've immediately forgotten what species Hedwig is. I haven't seen those movies in ages because I don't really need to. Snowy owl. Yeah. It's a cute owl though. Snowy owls are quite cute. I don't remember any screams being in any of the movies. Because the owls don't show up that often, and I think they basically just like, they do like very gentle hooting when they do appear. It's mostly just like flapping. It's a lot of flapping in any of the scenes that they show up in. It's just flap, 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 flap. Okay, so it's like up here. Kind of. The angle isn't totally correct on that. I'm starting to feel like I'm drawn like a transformer or something. I don't know what the hell's happening. Gun. Firing all laser. What is happening? No, they're probably not. Oh, thank you for the follow, Yudichu. They like, most birds don't flap that loudly. But, you know, when you're, like, doing a movie and you have a lot of birds, you kind of have to exaggerate how loudly that they're gonna go off. You know? Because otherwise it just looks strange. It looks weird to see a bird that is, like, making no noise as it's, like, going around. You know? Like, it should be making noise. The human brain says, there should be noises here, and then there's no noise. And we're just like, huh? What's happening? What's wrong with this bird? So we add... Like, we make the floppy noises louder in films, generally speaking. Same with, like, most sounds. Like they probably don't even hoot that loud. But we make the hooting, like, their noises quite loud, because otherwise you can't hear it. If it's too subtle, we don't hear it. You gotta exaggerate. That looks less like Mothman now, because the wings are slightly better. They're still a bit stumpy, but I think adding in that little, like, up and then down bit helps. Helps a little bit in detracting from the Mothman. I have no problem with the Mothman, but I'm just saying, this is not Mothman. That said, having said that this isn't Mothman, because it's not, it isn't Mothman. I'm not saying this is something going to become Mothman. The character who this is supposed to be, so Darcy, she is a rogue, like a spy. She was a spy. Possibly a royal spy. I'd have to look at the document again to remember what the hell owls do in the setting. But, like... If you're just, like, chilling in the... Just if you hadn't seen an Owlfolk from this island, and she went flying by in the night, you'd probably assume it was Mothman. Like, you just wouldn't know. You would have no idea. Well, you wouldn't assume it's Mothman, because Mothman doesn't exist in the setting, in the fantasy D&D setting. But, like, you know, like, a little? A little, though. Like, because you're just seeing, like, a human with wings just floating across. It's just like, what the shit is that? If you've forgotten that owl people exist. And then you say it to your friend, like, I think I saw, like, a cryptid last night. It's like, you absolute dunce. It's an owl person going to work. So that's fun. I'm sure there's somebody on this boat who hasn't realized there's an owl person on board and who is very confused when she goes for when she flies up to the crow's nest or something. Like, there's a big bird person in the crow's nest. Like, yeah, that's the lookout, Darcy. It's like, huh? What? It's like, she's an owl. Huh. Instead of Owl City, it'd be Mothman City. Oh, God. Oh, God. Alright, that is a base template upon which to draw literally anything else. Literally anything else. Okay, I'm gonna chuck this into base, and then we're gonna take another thing, and we're gonna say, like, close stuff. First time it's done, more or less. Hell yeah! I do like how the picture turned out, because I couldn't get a good look at it when you showed it to me on Thursday. That actually looks pretty cool. It turned out pretty good. Shame I didn't have painted nails. But it probably helps that I did, because that would add too many distracting details. Okay, so we have a base, the body, the form, upon which to shenaniganize for this poor lady. Now she's a rogue, which I did write down somewhere. Where'd I put that? Bottom? Oh my god. Tied gift. It's a gift. Oh shit. It's not moving. Oh, wrong layer. Oh shit. Head just goes. Oh, what the fuck? No. That's the wrong button. Here we go. Put that there. Put that there. People scream as a battle cry? They might. They might a little bit. Like, she just like basically squawks at you. And then just like hits you with a staff or something. I don't know what her weapon is. I don't remember her stats. I've immediately forgotten where her stats are. I joke. I know exactly where they are. Copy. This is why having things in a text file is not useful. She has a melee weapon somewhere. I don't know what it is. But she has one. So she just squawks at you and then just hits you. She just slaps you with it. Just like... And everyone in this, you know, in the setting that we're actually, like, engaging in is just like, what the shit? What the hell? Okay, so I think I'm gonna just commit to her being a lookout, because I think that's gonna be easier. She can still have a wing injury, but it can't be severe enough that she can't fly the, like, 20 meters up to the top of the thing. Because that just makes it easier. Oh god, an army of owls screaming at you. Ah, no. Too spooky for me. Too spooky. Yeah, I will look through your assignment later, Day. I do like how the images turned out though. They look pretty cool. Yay for art. Yay for art. It was worth coming to uni for that. Paying full fare. Disgusting. Ugh. Okay, so I've immediately forgotten, so, oops, shit. Because I have drawn Darcy before, but she didn't have wings. Yeah, send it now so no forgetting. I'm gonna set that as mark on red, and I'm gonna alt-tab, so I remember to look at it. Are owls louder than parrots? I don't remember. It was worth coming to uni for sherbet. I got sherbet everywhere eating that, but it was worth it. I fucking love sherbet. I love having a diet that is like 80% sugar. It's good as shit. It's great. I love it. But yeah, she has a design, and I don't remember what's going on there. Hold on. Oh, I bring forth the book. The book. The book of the book of treasures. Which every time I open it, I end up coming to the wrong page because it's got, like, you know, stuff in it. I ate it decently well. I just got it in a lot of places. That's the family sketch, some of which is still good. Yeah, so I gave her a cape, some kind of tunic. That's it. She has a cape and like a tunic. Which is not an unreasonable outfit to give to somebody who has weird anatomy. Because you can make the tunic, like, have a low back, kind of. Actually, wait. Yes, there are more bird people. I just don't remember which ones there are. There are owls, there are eagles. There are probably others, but, like, we were... Because in the setting that we're in... the animal people are only in England, so you're kind of, or Britain, well, you know, the UK. Howdy. British Isles. So you're kind of limited to the animals from the British Isles, pretty much, which is cool. So there is, at minimum, owls and eagles. There are probably, like, crows and shit. They're around, but unfortunately that's not what Darcy is. Not that that would have been easier. That would not have made it any easier, I don't think. Any easier to draw. But anyway, tunics. They're good. Tunics are good. Because that way, the situation with any of the funky anatomy, you can just ignore it. Because if you wear a tunic, you can just have it hang like there, and it just comes over the top of the tail and just comes out the front. And so, you know, no pants. Don't need pants. You do not need pants. Pants is way the hell too much effort. Like how in this one, they're just like wearing like some vague cloth bullshit. You do not need pants. Bird doesn't need pants. It is unnecessary. Ignore the fact that the dog has pants. Actually, does the dog have pants? I've immediately forgotten. Does the dog have pants? Where's my reference? Does the dog have pants? The dog does have pants. The bird doesn't have pants. The bird has a big tail to deal with. The bird doesn't have pants. This is an elective decision. I've decided as the person in charge, the bird does not have pants. So what you do is you chuck like a rope in here to keep it tied over the bit. Well, that too, exactly, right? Whereas, you know, I guess the dog having pants makes sense because of how dogs do be doing the thing around in the places. So having that cover is probably a good thing. And then you'd basically... Because I'm picturing that the wings start like a bit further in the back. Because the skeleton that I picked up for the anatomy reference is a side-on view. So I don't actually know... I'll go look it up. I need barn owl skeleton anatomy again. I'm gonna pick up a reference of the back if I can. To kind of figure out like how close together in the back it is. I think it's fairly close. Like the wings start close together. And so it's not like unreasonable per se to have it be, yeah, they seem to start basically like on top of each other. Whereas like human shoulders, there's an entire section in between them, you know? Whereas they basically start like both out here kind of thing. And then they just like come out there. So because of that, it's fairly easy to just be like, okay, so you can make your shoulder on your shirt and then it comes like up nice close in the front. And in the back, it's got a nice deep back, or barely any back at all, so that you have room for the wings to come out, basically, is what I'm picturing there. I don't know how, like, far down the back the wings start. It seems to start fairly low down, so you'd probably need, like, a pretty deep, back in the neck, or back of the shirt. If they have arms or wings, the wing blades are probably beside or near the shoulder blades. Yeah, they probably are. Like, they're probably not in the center of the back. That'd be kind of weird. So I put them, like, there-ish. And then the shoulders, like, in the front, like, here. But I'm trying to think of how to make sure the clothing makes any degree of sense if the person is wearing a shirt. Because she would probably, like, just for the sake of, like... Because I feel like if you're on a boat where everybody else is wearing clothes... It's kind of weird if you do not also wear clothes. So, kind of, she's societally forced to at least wear a shirt, and so she's wearing a tunic because that allows her to just, like, cover, like, this kind of area here. That seems, like, reasonable. So I'm just trying to think of how you would actually get that to connect in, like, how you would... It would have to be, like, a very thin bit. Because if the waist is here... Waist starts here. You have to try and make sure that this bit still makes sense, and then it's still... Would it just maybe just like... Yeah, it's definitely going to be mostly backless. I'm just trying to think of how shit connects to the back, because you have to keep the front up somehow. Because the reason that shirts have backs is because it keeps, like, the like, gravity keeps it down. That's how shirts work. So there has to be some kind of back that can connect and then get tied up with the rope. But it's going to have to be really thin. It's going to be, like, all on the side, basically. So you get, like, that. And then if you were on the side of this thing, this creature, like the arm is here, let's say. Arm is here. And then wing is like here. Don't think about it too hard. Don't worry about it. And so you would end up like the next like up here. Hold on. She's gravity power. Magic. You would end up in a kind of like the neck is up there because it needs to go like over the shoulder a little bit. And then it would basically like it comes around the neck enough, and then it comes like under the like arm shoulder bit, and then it basically stops existing in the back until you reach down here. So there's like a little bit up the top. The dresses the Greek women wore did have backs though, didn't they? Because the way that like the Greek dresses work, or a lot of the Greek stuff works, is you're basically just pinning stuff together. And you get like a sheet of fabric and you pin it in the front and you cut a hole in the center of it and you just go boof, boof. And you just attach two of them together. And then you tie it up. But if there's nothing to pin onto, you pin it to itself and then you let gravity keep it on your shoulders. And so you kind of need... It needs to come over and then I guess attached to the neck. Because there has to be enough room between the shoulder and the arm and the wing shoulder to actually allow for fabric. Because I guess it's like from the back, your shoulder out here going, yay, wee. Shoulders do thing. And then the wings are like here, or thereabouts. Don't question that too hard. And then, you know, your neck's up here in your head. And so it comes up and then under the shoulder, and then it basically goes like that, kind of. Except it can have sleeves. She can have sleeves, but it would just be a pain in the ass. So something kind of like that, which means there's probably nothing covering her tail. Or it comes down to like here. So it's a very deep back before you get to like the like braided like belt at the waist. For aesthetic purposes, if that kind of makes sense. So basically you have this huge goddamn like big circle cut out in your back, and that is how you allow your wings through. Something kind of like that. If that makes any sense. If they're on top of each other, then I don't know how you make the clothes work, because you need to get something. I guess the alternative would be that you would take the clothes, like, the shoulder would go, like, and it would just end up like this. It would do one of those really weird things where it puts a thing down the middle. Which could also work, and then it, you know, comes out the sides. So those are the two options, basically. Either the way that it works is that it leaves a big hole in the back, or there's two holes, like, on the sides. And you have, like, a strip down the back. Kind of thing. You know how, like, when you wear a jacket with long sleeve shirt and the long sleeve shirt is, like, crumpled or whatever inside the jacket? Oh, yeah, that shit's... I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt with a jacket. This happens all the time. This jacket's actually fairly loose, so it's not a huge issue. But then, like, if you then have a shirt underneath the shirt, that shit just, like, crumples. No Pinterest posts. No Pinterest posts in my house. We get Insta resources. We get resources from the artist. Which is why I feel bad that I didn't get references for these two. Especially this one. This one's been very helpful, so thank you to that artist. I've forgotten. It's for, I don't know how to draw purposes, so. I don't know which I prefer, because I feel like, the one with the big hole in the back is the one that I thought of first, but the way that it works with the neck would be really weird. I feel like that would be a really uncomfortable neck if you then, like, if the neck is, like, holding up the whole thing, basically, like that. Whereas if you get this, it feels slightly more structurally sound. It was a Pinterest post. Okay. No, that's fine then. I joke. No, it's okay. Like, if it's just, like, as, like, an idea, it's fine. Because, again, like, I've already been bad and not referenced an artist. Hold on, what if I go find one? Yeah, let me get this. Let me pull up this. Yes. Perfect. Yes. Okay. Shut the fuck up. Shut. Damn it, no, it closed. Fuck. Shit. God, I hate this. Oh, it links to the DeviantArt. It links to their DeviantArt. It owns. Okay. Let me... That's not gonna scan yet. Hold on. Hold on. 1 second. Let me get it to remember that the Chrome exists. 1 moment. Come on. Come on, computer. You can do it. Okay. Bap. There we go. You got it. Yeah. So, this is the reference that Day sent, where there's a bunch of ideas of how the hell to handle this shit. I'm gonna discount zippers. Suspenders could work. Because this was kind of like the first idea, which kind of works. Or I think this actually was probably closer to the original drawing that I would have done, because she had sleeves, and the issue with collared open back is you can't really have sleeves. So you'd need to do something like this. Then there's also options where you button to have a hole. A cloak. Ooh. For when you don't even shirt right now. I mean, birds don't. Birds don't. So I don't know why bird people would. You know? I haven't been putting it in, like, cause like, oh, hold on, I have to reopen the thing. Like, in as much as there could be suggested to be boob, it's mostly just in, like, the curvature of the chest because of how, like, birds have big floof. So, like, that's, I guess, like, you might, like, if you wanted to make it more feminine, you could just emphasize the chest floof. And so it suggests boob, but not specifically. I don't think. Yeah, the cloak with the holes in the back might be pretty good, actually. I hadn't thought of that, because I was thinking of, like, something that then reclosed. Can I open the correct windows, please? There we go. Thank you. That's the wrong window now. What are you doing? Isaac, what are you doing? Open the correct thing. Put it in the right window. There you go. God, there we go. Things are hard. I mean, we're putting more thought into this than most designers do, because they just chuck them in regular clothes and they're like, don't worry about it. And I'm like, yeah, alright. Fair enough. Usually I don't care. Wings are hard. I don't draw animals. The cloak works, though. The cloak would actually be pretty cool. And she can still have the belt if she wants. And she might do anyway. She might have the belt anyway. Because belts are cool. So what if I turn both of those off? Those are just the things are happening in there. We'll start here. Because then basically what you would do, let's get purple again, is, you know, the cloak can go however the hell you want it to go. And then it has the slits. How does that work? Yeah, the belt would probably carry stuff. If they're sufficiently human enough to be mammals, maybe. Minus their milk lines. If they lay eggs, probably not. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I was just assuming that the way that this works in terms of the animal people is they are basically just the animal, but bipedal. And because the only resource I had for that was that we have a dog in the party, and said dog is basically just a dog on 2 legs. So I'm just like, oh, okay, so they're very much they are more animal than they are people. But again, like, if I want to be big, I can just emphasize the chest boob. I can just emphasize the chest floop and make boob. That's fine. It just wouldn't be, like, separate titty. Per se. But, like, I can emphasize the chest curve if I want to. I don't appear to be doing that. But that's because I can't draw. To an extent, I get final say, but also I defer to the DM on all situations. No, they wouldn't. I don't think. Well, I mean... Wouldn't they? I think male owls do actually have those. They just don't look like human ones. And they're hidden by the feathers. So again, it's probably not a bad idea to have something covering the front. If not for the owl's own sense of decency, then because everyone around them is looking at them very uncomfortable. Like, again, like, arguably, this character does not need to wear clothes. They're a cloaca. Okay, I don't know anything about animal genitalia. My apologies. I don't know nothing. Like, this, but like, the owl person arguably does not need to wear clothes because the feathers are the clothes. Because there is like a underlayer of some other shit or whatever, and it's mostly just covered by feathers. But for the sake of their crewmates, they are wearing clothes. Because it makes everyone around them a little bit more comfortable. Because someone walking around with no clothes, it's kind of weird. It just looks strange to the mostly humanoid like crew. Because in the party, only one of the characters isn't like a humanoid. There's two humans, an elf, a spider tiefling who is mostly a human but has some spider features, and an orc. So like, all of those people are wearing clothes. Incidentally, the captain with the spider thing is actually probably dealing with the same problem, because he has to get his weird spider arms out of his back, and I'm like, how the fuck do you do that? And he's wearing a uniform, so that's his problem. He has to look proper. Darcy does not have to deal with that problem. She's hired. Okay. I mean, I kind of assumed it was going to be Aarakocra. But it doesn't really matter a whole lot. I did have Aarakocra pop up in the reference at one point, and then I couldn't find them again, so I forgot what they were called. They're not owls, though. Is the thing. Like, the thing with Aarakocras is they don't seem to go owl very much, but they are basically the same kind of thing. So, that might have helped, but I think we ended up with basically the same design as the Aarakocra anyway. We just got there by a very long process of I'm trying to understand bird anatomy. Please help. Send help. Dear God. Ah. Yeah, some variants are owls. I was looking at like the first Wikipedia, like Google entries where they weren't owls. Michael Kiss. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, I don't want to think about it. What happens between owls who love each other very much is not Isaac's problem. Isaac isn't dealing with that problem. That is not... It doesn't matter. She doesn't care. They don't care. I don't know what's going on. Darcy can do whatever she wants. That is not my problem. It better not. It won't. It will not come up in game. This will never happen. Like, Darcy's like 30. Darcy does not give a shit. This is not a problem for Darcy, and it's not a problem for me. Okay, so you can have sleeves in your cool cloak, which is good, because I had sleeves in the original design. And then, how does the front of a cloak go? I guess it is basically just like... How do cloaks look? Let's go pull a regular goddamn cloak. Because it is like... Because, like, the cloak is like... Why is there a brand called Cloak? Begone brand. Begone brand. Okay. Yeah, angst. Oh, yeah. That's why you care about Christina so much. Because of the angst inherent in lovers who haven't seen each other in 20 years. The word is related to clock. Oh, I love it. There's probably in clothing. It might be dead. I hope it's not dead. I don't need another character who's in debt. Oh my god. My player character in another campaign, his sole motivation is I am in debt, and this lady has said she'll forgive her part of the debt if I help her. So I don't need more debt. I don't need more characters in debt, please. Stop making my characters have no money. The thing with the cloak is it's mostly like you wear it over something, so I guess you'd have to like button it in the front. Or like clasp it in the front. so that it actually covers the front. And then your butt's hanging out a little bit, but that doesn't really matter. No one gives a shit about the butt. As evinced by the fact that one time the dog just had, like, his butt out in public. We were like, what the f— Alright. That's Archie's moment to shine. It's just butt out in public. And we're like, alright. Sure. Niall is salaried for the era she is paid. Oh, thank God. She's not in debt. It also helps that she was staying with her like, the equivalent of an aunt who did not give a shit. Like, oh boy, she did not care. Eloisa did not give a shit. I actually, because I've been working on, like, fleshing out, or, like, finishing off the history, the family write-ups on the page, I mentioned that Eloisa let her stay in exchange for having Niall's help. Doing all of her weird bohemian art shit. And that is why Niall was able to stay there for free. Not that Eloisa may have never charged her anyway, but, like, she said, like, if you help me out with weird art shit, like, that's your room and board. And Niall's like, okay, sure. I'm in an emotionally vulnerable state. This is fine. And that is how Niall was forced into the arts. She didn't enjoy any of it. She is not an artiste. She draws maps, and that's as far as she gets. She's like, that's good, that's enough for me. I'm good with drawing arts. The eyes of the wow in the picture make it look like the bread. Yeah. Yeah. That is kind of the thing of barn owls, is they do kind of look like the color of bread and toast. And that kind of owns. I like these toasty birds. These fun toast birds. I don't know what's happening in here, but the thing with the back, we had this whole debate about how the back works. You can't even see the back. This has not come up. I can't just be like, there's a bitch going. Oh yeah, she definitely has. Like, she has been forced into some weird poses that she does not like. But hey, it's fine. She is here for free. So it would be rude to say no to her very generous host, who has been very generous. So, fun. She's had a fun time. Yeah, bread birds that eat bread. You're not supposed to feed birds bread, actually. It's too high in, like, calories. It's apparently not good for them. I erased all those things. I think I actually want them back. Because then there's a belt, which sort of ties it up around where the waist is. And then she can have, like, pouches and shit. I feel like yeah, seeds. They like seeds. We can give them wheat seeds. We just can't give them the bread. And it's not going to stop anybody, but, you know. They apparently... Bread is not good for them, unfortunately. Well, like... It's not like killing him. It's not the same kind of thing as giving your dog chocolate, right? Like, giving your dog chocolate will actively make them sick. But giving birds bread is kind of like... I'm trying to think of, like, a really, like, fatty food. And it's like giving a bird a Big Mac, I guess. Like, it's not good for them. Unfortunately. Yeah. It's something like that. I'm not that familiar with birds, and it might vary by bird, but I think the general idea is if you wanna, like, if you have, like, a bird feeder, you put seeds in it. You don't put bread in it. You put seeds in it. So if you wanna, like, you know, generally speaking, like, if you're going out with the intention of feeding birds, bring seeds. But if you're, like, if a bird steals your croissant, if a seagull steals your croissant, then that's on the bird. If the bird gets, like, ill off of that croissant, that bird had it coming. That bird stole your croissant. That's karma, baby. That bird is experiencing karma. I do feel bad now, because I remember feeding all the ducks bread. I think ducks are slightly better with bread, but they probably should have seeds, too. Can you feed ducks bread? Or should you? Bread is like fast food for ducks, of little nutritional value and can make them sick. Aww. Boo. So yeah, we're giving them We're giving them, like, you know, we're giving them McDonald's when we feed them bread, unfortunately. So, that's a shame. I had a bird feeder once and I had seeds, but I don't have them anymore because, that requires me to go buy seeds, and I don't have that money. I don't get paid that much. Clive Palmer doesn't pay me that much to deliver his shitty flyers. Into, like, Rococo. Well, yeah. Probably. She's probably operating, because she would have left in the pre-Imperial period. So she's probably is operating in, like, you know, she probably is operating in, like, Rococo and, like, Marie Antoinette shit. Like, she's just operating in that vibe of whack fashion. I'm pretty sure that's Rococo, right? Yeah, sure. Niall does not like all the ruffles. She prefers not having that. Yeah, can you pay any money? I don't get paid a whole lot, let's be clear. I get paid like maybe $20 a week. It's money though, so hey. I almost done with the money, but now you have to actually draw the head of the guy that's getting dragged to the flowers by my water. I hate heads. Oh god, yeah. Faces and heads. Ooh. I mostly draw faces, because, like, that's what I'm most comfortable with, but they are not easy. Yeah, so Niall's in a whole bunch of ruffles and, like, very soft painting. She's like, I don't like any of this. I'm confused by all of this. Yeah, exactly. That kind of thing. Eloise has been putting her in that, and Niall's like, I hate this. I hate all of this. But, you know, I'm staying here for free. That's the only thing keeping Niall from not leaving, and she probably does move out eventually. Once she gets into the guild, thanks to Vincent and Elle, she gets the hell out of that house. Once she has a job, she leaves. Much as she appreciates Eloise's hospitality, she does not like being an art, like a muse, because that shit's weird. Because no one in Niall's family are actually artists. They're all, like, academics or, like, military people. So it's like, this is weird. I don't like this. This is very, very strange. I'm not sure how I feel about this cloak. Like, it's not bad. I'm just like, I don't know. I think it might just be, like, the class look a little bit weird. And it is kind of, for lack of a better term, basic. But it doesn't need to be that complicated. She is a side character. Get paid $0 a week, while teachers make $150 a week. $150 is not much for a teacher. Like, per hour? That's not a whole lot of money. It would depend on where you are. I mean, obviously, if it is indeed Hungary and Hungary, or Hungary even, let's pronounce words correctly. I don't know how many words. Because I'm like, you just work a lot of hours. 150 is kind of underselling it. Because, like, what hourly minimum in Australia is, like, 20? 20? Let's assume 20 for math purposes. And if it's a 6-hour school day, and you're there the whole day, and you're getting paid to teach for most of that time, that is already, like, $120 per day, you know? You're probably not getting paid $120 per day, because you're technically not on for the whole day, but... I kind of assumed, but I wasn't sure. I assumed you weren't in Hungary just because it's the pun, but I was like, let's just make sure. Wasn't sure. Who knows? Math is hard. Nobody else was live, but I did say that I was gonna basically cover until Shired came on, because we here tend to go for streamer core people. And it'll be fitting because I'm doing art and Shired is also doing art, so that'll be in an extra, like, half hour. And then we'll see what happens. Boom. Alright. This cloak is fine, I guess. I might make the base, like, I might turn off the refs. The refs are fine. I might turn this down to, like, 75-ish, or maybe even, like, 50. That didn't make the number go. That made the number go. Because I don't know how I feel about that cloak. Like, it looks fine. Because this is the one where there's a slit in the back. Oops, that's the wrong button. There's, like, the slit in the back for the bit. And it just goes, whee. Well, technically it's like, it goes like that, kind of, because like of how weird perspective works, and it's like whoosh. Kind of like that-ish. Which is fine. Not a problem with it. It's just like, oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh beans. No! Save it. Okay. Ah! The clothes. They remove. Big chicken. Big chicken. You could also do the buttons. And she is a rogue. She doesn't need to be wearing anything particularly, like, heavy armor. So you could go with buttons, because they definitely have buttons. Zippers, I don't know when the hell zippers were invented, but I'm unconvinced that they would have zippers. When did they invent zippers? I'm looking up when they invented zippers. This man sounds very American, so I'm gonna say like the 1800s. 1851, baby! 1891. Yeah, they don't have zippers. This man has no... There are no zippers. So, you know, it'd be buttons all the way down, basically. Always buttons. Yeah, we both looked it up. 1851 was when the patent was made, but he didn't really market it, and it was more like an elaborate drawstring than a true slide fastener. Whereas the true, like, proper thingy, kind of, is Whitcomb in 1891. Kind of. It's complicated. Basically, turn of the 20th, not turn of the 18th equivalent, which is what we're working with. So, I'm just going to assume we don't have zippers. And also, I don't think you would want zippers if you have feathers. Or fur in general. I feel like, given the situation, you would want to have buttons anyway. Buttons would be the way better option, because, ooh boy. Shit. If that feather gets stuck in that zipper, oh Jesus. Darcy would have had to have seen Talia many times. Many times. And I don't think Talia wants that. Even as interested as Talia is in biology, I don't think she needs to see Darcy that frequently when she puts on her shirt in the morning and it gets stuck. And she has to just go like, can you get it out, please? Oh, Jesus. So it would have to be buttons. So you can do the section where it just has like the hole and you just button clasp it shut at the top. Because that allows for a couple more layers, I guess. Because then you can have a shirt and a cloak. So you could layer. Because I just had only a cloak last time. And I kind of like the idea of a shirt and a cloak with no sleeves. Because I think that's cool. And it allows for more flowy. More shit go whoosh. So you'd basically have, like, just a regular shirt. And we'll put, like, you know, everyone loves this color that happens in your cheapo shirts. And then it has buttons in the back and there's slits. So we don't have to worry about the back very much. And then she just has, like, sleeves. Regular old sleeves. That come up just short of where her hands start, just because of, like... Technically speaking, there is more of her hand prior to that point. Because, like, the way that birds work is, like, again, like... Birds! They do weird shit. So you have it a bit, like, down in the equivalent of the palm. A bit further up. So you can see a little bit of that feather whoosh. Almost like another layer underneath, which it technically kind of is. And so you get the shirt, and it can be just, like, fairly loose. Baggy shirt. Nice little baggy shirt. And then, layer above, darker color. That's far. You can then get a nice fucking cool flowy cloak, baby! Woo! You love to floosh. Because then this would go around the back of the neck, and it could go woof. Like, why are you wearing such a floofy outfit? You're a rogue. And it's like, shh. It's cool, though. It doesn't need to be that flowy in this picture. It just needs to be, like... something like that. And then the issue is you can't see it because probably shorter than the tail, actually. Well, would it be shorter than the tail? I guess it doesn't really matter because it's a slit, so it can actually be longer than the tail. You don't want to get like all the way on the floor, but like you can have it be longer, and that means you can see it in the back. But you can also see that there is clearly a gap on the side because you can still see the tail. It's not a clipping error. The tail is supposed to be visible. You can always see the tail. You can't see it on that side just because of the angle that it's on, but like you can kind of do this thing. And so then that will actually have a bit. It probably would look. This looks fairly unfancy. It just looks like a long shirt. But yeah, I want like flowy shit. Flowy shit's cool. Even though, like, as a rogue, there is no good reason for her to be wearing flowy shit. But I don't care. I think it's cool. And she can probably button it up, too. You could probably basically end up wearing the original thing that I had down there. So if you put, like, a collar on it. And, like, buttons. And you can just, like, allude to the fact that there is more fabric going on in there. Just, like, assume it's going on in there? I don't know, yo, shit. That's difficult. I'm gonna make the shirt longer. For my own benefits. Just make the shirt a little bit longer. Just don't do a problem. Alright, good night, Day! Thank you for hanging around. Normally, I would be ending the stream now, but I will be going for another half an hour so that we can raid Shyred. And if Shyred is not live in half an hour, we will raid whoever I can find. There are even more paint flecks on the seal of this bottle. I hate this thing so much. I need a new metal bottle that doesn't put paint on the, like, on the inside. I'm trying to think of how to show this off without, like, getting water everywhere. But basically, like, you know, the bottle's painted with black paint or some shit. And then it's got a bunch of black paint on the goddamn rim. The gold bit is the actual color of, it's like brassy shit. And so they put paint on it. But, like, the lid goes on it. So the fucking hermetic seal shit, like, picks up paint all the time. And I'm like, I've probably ingested a shit ton of paint off of this goddamn bottle because they put paint on the rim for some reason. It's like, no. So I need to buy a new bottle at some point. Just get rid of that issue. I like that it has, like, ergonomic design. It is designed to be held. It has a nice, like, it comes in a little bit so I can hold it. And then if it slips, like, my hand gets stuck on, like, the rim or the ledge of that bit. But I don't like the fact that I've had to eat paint. So, you know. Yeah, it swings and roundabouts. Some things good, some things bad. It is what it is. Do I like this design? Great question. I don't know. It probably just feels weird to me because there's no pants. But there is no good reason for her to be wearing pants. So, she does not need to be wearing pants. She just needs to cover the front. I guess, like, the references all had, like, the equivalent of, like, a loinclothy kind of thing. Oh, shit. Which is why it was a tunic before. Oops. We get, like, a patch of fabric out in here. Just because then it looks... Because this is, like, a weirdly oversized shirt. It's weirdly long. But usually when you wear long shirts, you are still wearing, like, shorts or something. So, I don't know. I'm gonna say OG cloak. One shirt. One cloak. I'm gonna just put that there. And then we're gonna say, tunic. I'm gonna say tunic. We're gonna try a tunic again. Because now that I remember that buttons exist, that's fine. I forgot that buttons existed and I need to attach something. So you can still have, like, it can just come out the front, and then it has the buttons in the back to open the slits, but the slits still close. And then, because it's a tunic, tunics pretty much always had a belt attached to cinch them in before they went all floofy out along the sides. Now, tunics generally didn't have, like, long sleeves, did they? Tunic. I mean, they usually didn't have any sleeves, did they? If I'm thinking of the correct word when I say tunic. Oh, I'm not getting any particular, that's not a tunic. That is not a tunic. Most of these aren't tunics. I'm gonna be honest with you people. Most of those are not tunics. Okay, they can have sleeves, but they're not usually enclosed sleeves. Oh, well, maybe. Unclear. Source unclear. I'm confused. Well, they do have enclosed sleeves. It depends. So it can have sleeves, so she can actually still have the sleeves. But the belt still exists to cinch it in at the equivalent of the waist. There is a waist equivalent. You can have some floof if you want. As a treat, you can have some floof. Sorry, I'm thinking about logistics. Hold on a minute. How the hell do you get these things on? Do you have to climb in? You have to go in from the... Well, I guess you can make your wings smaller and you can come in from the bottom. I don't know if you would do that. Well, I guess if it's open on the side. Ew. Tunics. Tunic. I'm a little confused because the issue is these pictures are not very good at describing to me what the hell a tunic looks like. I know what I'm imagining a tunic looks like, and they usually don't have any sides. Because normally they're like the ones where you basically just like, you put in a thing and go whoosh, whoosh, and then it buttons up the top, and then you get the back does the exact same thing, and then you go whoosh whoosh. But if it has sleeves, then how the shit does that work? And how do you get it on? Because at least if it's two separate bits, you can just like attach them to each other and with the buttons and then go wee. You can make it happen. I might be overthinking this. Because wings can probably get way smaller than what I think it is. Yeah! Yeah, that is true. Link does wear a tunic. You're right. Link laws. Yeah, our boy in his tunic. He usually doesn't have sleeves on his tunic. Oh, that's incredibly varied. Usually there's no sleeves though. That might be better. Might be better if we just like if there's like a slight sleeve, like it doesn't like it's not deliberately a sleeve, but it covers like a little bit. They all seem to enclose underneath the bit, and then he has an undershirt. Sometimes he does have an actual, like, long, like, it's all just, like, quite long, but... I'm overthinking this because the third dimension is hard, so that's my problem. It's like, if I could just not have that issue, this would be great. Yeah, so you basically get, like, and then you pop the thing on it. Yeah, sure. I'm just gonna not think about the back anymore, because it's gonna do my entire head in if I think about this entire back section. Because I'm like, how the hell do you get the clothes on? How do you get that on your back? But I guess if there's like that middle strip, you basically just put it on however the hell it gets on the body. You can go in from the bottom, I guess. Or like from the top, you go into it. That basically functions. And then it just goes whoosh. Whooshy whooshy outy bowdy. Because then it buttons to connect this middle bit to itself. Kind of. Designing outfits are already hard enough. Designing an outfit for a goddamn bird that I did not draw particularly well is not any easier. The cube's feeling not detailed enough, and she's not feeling it spyful enough. She needs like a scarf or some shit. Which might be the easiest way to include stuff in the design, is just add a scarf. Floop, floop, floosh. Get woofy. Get old waggedy wag, woo. And then, like, scarf. Because wooshy wooshy. Add more wooshies. Add more things that go floofy floofy. That's just cool. And then again, you can add another telescope if you want. And that could work. I like that more than the other one, I think. I think it might just be the scarf looks cool. I like scarves. And because then you can, like, you know, you can pull some shit if you want. You can make it funky, you can make it work better for the spining if you need to. I suppose. I have a lot of pages up open now. Aarakocra rogue. Let's look up what an Aarakocra rogue might look like. Give me the aesthetic. What are you guys working with? Yep, bare-chested a lot. Bare-chested a lot. Oh no, but that's not a rogue. That's doing way too much magic for a rogue. That one has, like, stuff at the top, bare, like, midriff, so the wings can come out the back, and then cover the torso, like, the waist. Okay. Yeah, alright. People do not draw Aarakocras because people do not want to have to draw birds. That's basically what I'm learning. That's why I should not have done this. Hello, Satrium! Welcome! We are dealing with bird costuming. It is going about as well as my enthusiasm for that statement would imply. It is going. Things are happening with this character, and I have no idea what I'm doing. I spent like an hour trying to make this, at least an hour trying to make the physicality of the bird make sense in my head, and I've already forgotten most of it, so I was like, what is happening? Ah! I do like the tunic and the scarf, though. The scarf is nice. The scarf is probably where you add, like, that little bit of detail where it's like, oh yeah, this is a person doing shit. It's great. You know? Like, you just add little bits. It's like, oh yeah. You can also add bracers. Bracers might be cool. You chuck in, like, some funky bracers up in here. Get real roguelike up in that. That could be cool. Because it makes them look something more combat ready. I don't know what this is reminding me of, but it's reminding me of something. And I don't know what that is. You'd probably, like, leave it at that. Like, that's basically all you need. I don't even know what their weapon is. Because they're entitled to a weapon. As a rogue. And I don't know what that weapon is. What weapons do rogues get? What do people get? Like, finesse weapons, right? Probably like a dagger. Just, like, shank them. You have proficiency in simple weapons, hand, cross. That's a lot of weapons, actually. Wow. Well, this means you have proficiency in basically every weapon that matters. Except for, like, a hand axe. Actually, no, you probably do. That's a simple weapon. It could just be like a regular sword, to be fair. Or it could be daggers. I might make it daggers. I don't want to make it like too big of an item just because Niall already has a big stick. Technically, Niall has way more items than just a big stick, but that is her primary weapon so far is big stick. And when I say weapon, I mean she uses it to like poke the ground and be like, is there a trap here? And she pokes people they're interrogating because that's what it's there for. Because she's a warlock, she uses Eldritch Blast. That's just the simple, like, that's just how it be. When you're a warlock, it's Eldritch Blast all the way. Whereas at least this character actually has to use their weapon. They'll probably be daggers, I guess. Why not? Just assume. That might basically be it. Though there was the other thing. Because, like, after having had all that discussion about, like, clothes, which are hard. Thank you for the follow, Cetrium! Yay! There was a thing... Where did I put it? Nope. It's in the base. It's down here. Am I on the right layer now? I have no idea. There was this bit where I wasn't sure if they had a wing injury. Now, part of that was that when I came into the stream, I didn't have her as a lookout, I had her as an academic. Because the idea that I had in my head was that she was an academic by day, a spy by night, and then had injured herself in a spying accident and couldn't fly very well anymore. And so now she's an academic full time, and she's on the boat because academia, baby, which is up in the list of things up in here. There's academics doing some shit in there. I don't know what their deal is. But Lookout's probably cooler and makes more sense for why my player character would know who she is and actually give a shit. Because while Niall is a nerd, she's technically not an academic anymore, so she can't use that excuse. And so she can still have like a mild wing injury that implies that she's done a lot more shit than you might otherwise expect. You know, just like shit's happened. Sometimes shit just occurs. Oh, Chrome is still actually up. That's probably not a good idea. There it goes. Alright, Chrome is down. Ah, my eyeballs. Barn Owl. Oh, shit. Barn Owl wings injured. Burp, burp, burp. And some pictures. Maybe I'll just go injured wings in general, and that might give me some good ideas for how to play with that. It's mostly just like having a lot of gaps, basically. I mean, there's obviously other ways to injure a wing, but she still needs to be able to use it, just perhaps not as well as she could otherwise. Like, prior to that. Prior to this as yet undefined incident. She probably hit a tree or something. She hit a window. Who knows? She probably didn't hit a window. I'm not saying she couldn't have, but she probably didn't. She probably didn't hit a window, but she could have, and that's the thing. It's like you don't know, and that means it could have happened. Alright, something a little bit like that, maybe? And even then, you can have like some variation where it's like, there doesn't seem to be one in there as much. I have no idea how bird feathers work. Don't look at the birds too closely. Please. This is why I'm never gonna draw a proper thing of this character, because I don't want to spend 7 years rendering. 7 years rendering the wings. I keep saying wendering. Wendowing. 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 The wing, the wing, the wing. And a wing. Something like that, you know? Right, wings. So she has like, if I close those two. Oh, actually, hold on. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. So there's like some gaps, not huge ones, but enough that like you can kind of notice that clearly something has happened at some point. That one's probably even too big of a hole, but like we were allowed to have some fantasy like leeway on how like bad that is. So it doesn't really matter as much. But like just something that more suggests that like, you know, she's a lookout. She is basically pretty normal. Like you're like, oh, okay, the bird's a lookout. This kind of makes sense because she can fly up to the crow's nest. She can hover around a little bit, get a good perspective on shit that's happening. And then she also has this huge hole in her wing, and it's like, what the hell happened to you? And she will not explain that. He just doesn't want to. He just will not explain what happened there. So there's just these big, like, gaps in there. I think that looks pretty cool, actually. I'm kind of feeling this design of it. I think. And so then if I'm comfortable with that design, which I think I am, I kind of like it. I think the scarf and the bracers, like, as little details help make that feel a little better. I'm gonna do, oops, shit. Come on, you can title it Color Sketches. I got some colors in here. Let's have some colors. So we already kind of know, like, the rough colors of bird. We just say, like, a very kind of pale brown in here. So I'm gonna just color all of the, like, actual bird bits on the one layer because it's very easy. Because that is not going to change because she is a bird. She is a barn owl. She is barn owl colored. This isn't an issue where it's like hair color, where I was playing with Christina's hair color for like 20 minutes trying to figure out what the hell it was supposed to be. With this, I can just be like, this is the color of barn owl, basically. It's not a whole lot more complicated than that. And of course the arms, we're going to assume are a similar color to how the legs are going to be the same color as like the face. Face white, whole like torso area equally pale. So you get like that same kind of color everywhere. And then there's also some of that in the wings. Not everywhere, but in most kind of places. I'm just going to leave the edges basically of all of it. So that you kind of get, I can add some of that like gradient-ish shit happening in there. I guess like the ones really close do not need that issue. They can just go. Even like, I guess the side also doesn't really need that because it doesn't have it as much. So yeah, something like that. And then getting into like burnt toast colors a little bit. A little bit of that burnt toast. Yeehaw. Let me some burnt toast. God, I'm hungry for toast, but it's like, you know, it's 1 a.m. I can't exactly do that. So that's unfortunate. No toast for me. There we go. Something a little like that. And then there's another slightly darker shade just to get like the tips. And this will be the color of the back. Yeah, toast. Exactly. There's a reason my channel is toast themed. The reason is a joke, but like that's it. Like I'm just like toast. Toast good. Toast good. Okay. Oh, those ones look kind of sick as hell in the preview over there. Ah. Yeah, boy. Okay, and then we add that there-ish. I'm gonna actually grab this a bit too. Colors. Colors exist. Oh, the wings look so cool in the preview. Oh. Hell yeah, boy. I'm just thinking about gradients now. Like, yes, yes. I like colors. This is the part that I'm like, I know exactly what this looks like, so I can get a little bit fun with it. I know exactly what color everything here is, so I can just go wild. And then the eyes are like a dark black brown, so we're gonna go like in that color. Hey, good morning, RPG Dinosaur Bob. Welcome. Welcome to I get to stream for an extra half an hour because there's nobody else online yet. It is the owl time. We have fully crested the hill from Mothman into... This is definitely an owl now. So that's good. It was looking like Mothman for a bit in there, and now it's not a Mothman. Alright, and I'm gonna just pop in some darker on there, and then how do the beak? How do the beak? I don't totally know what the beak's doing in there, yo. I don't know. That shit's kind of weird. I'm gonna give it the darkest toast color and just sort of pop it in there and be like, yeah, I'm like that. Yeah, that's an owl. Oh, I'm missing the, I need to actually open, I'm gonna chuck this all in. 1 second. I'm gonna say, this is Darcy Design. This is Darcy's design. I'm gonna put them together. Up and then close them, and then I need to make this 100, please, because I need to see what color are those feet. What color is that? Yes, save. I'll hit a save. Brown. The color appears to be brown. Okay. I had to pull that up big because I couldn't see it. In that case, you can basically take the dark toasty, make it slightly different, make it slightly darker, and that can be like the hand color. That's close enough to the kind of shade that hand, like the like bird hand is. So I'm willing to work with it. I'm willing to just like let that one go. That one doesn't matter as much. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, and so that is owl time. That's owl time colors. Now we need to get into literally everything else. Oh wait, I'm missing the tail. No, tail, no. Tail is exactly the same as wings. Yep, let's go. I forgot about the tail. No. Not the tail. Oops, that's not the color. Isn't that toast? Toast color up in there. And then the dark toast at the very tips. That's not the dark toast. That's the dark toast. Yeah. Okay, that's all owl tail stuff. So that's good. So I think now all of the owl, like, physical parts are done. So now we can get to tunique, which... dark? Like a dark color, I guess? Because, like, the thing is, right, like, the reason, like, people trying to be sneaky wear dark is because they're trying to hide. But if your wings are white, I don't know how sneaky you think you're being, but you're not as sneaky as you think you are, because you are wearing, you are blindingly bright. And that said, I'm pretty sure, like, in the darkness, anything can get past you. So, you know, sometimes it just happens. I'm gonna say tunic. Let's pick a scarf color. I'm just gonna make it red for the minute. It won't stay red, but we're just gonna make it red so I can see it. This is basically how most of my color design works. Just pick a color and then fix it later, as it were. Make it actually make sense. Red in here. Bwop, bwop, bwop. Bwop, bwop, bwop. For some reason I wanted to end that bwop, bwop, bwop with Elmo's World. I don't know why that was happening. It was 12, it's 126. Ooh. Eeh. Hopefully, Shy Red is up soon. Okay, I'll make that red for the minute. Bracers, I'm probably just gonna make them leather bracers, so they would be like a nice dark, rich brown. There's a lot of browns going on in here. The design is like 80% shade of brown, which is fine. It's just like it is what it is. There can always be like some colors elsewhere, and there was also a belt, which would also be brown, I would assume. And then I'm gonna say telescope. Watch, that's a nice telescope. She has a little hand telescope, which I'm gonna make nice and gold, because we're sticking with all these warm tones. And then it's a knife. No! That wasn't supposed to be how that went. Oops. Oop, that's the wrong pen too. You fool, you fool. I think that is silver. Even though it's probably in a scabbard, so it's probably actually like silver and then brown, which means in practice it is entirely brown. In fact, I'm just going to make it brown. That dagger is brown, yo. That looks kind of sick, actually. That actually turned out looking pretty cool. Sometimes characters don't look great when they're unlined. That actually looks pretty nice. I'm also going to do a little thing real quick, just because then I have fun. Yeah! That looks cool! I think that looks nice when I make the border that color. And then I might make the base a little bit lighter still, maybe 25. Or maybe not. They might leave it like that. I'm trying to think of how to get rid of this bit in the middle. I don't really want to have to deal with it, to be honest. Because that's just like the torso area is kind of a whole mess, and I don't want to delete layers because I need those to understand what the hell is actually going on physically. So I can't delete any of them. They are all required to stay. Wow. Excellent. Shy Red Fox is live, but not just yet. We will obviously be there in a few minutes. Because I have streamed for an extra half an hour. And that means I get to finish the stream, eat something, and then go to bed. Which is, you know, pretty normal. That's a normal day. Okay. So I guess, like, the last things that I can do is play with a couple of the colors. I'm not gonna keep it as a blinding red. That's probably a bit much. That's not connecting. Why isn't it connecting? Color margin is 0, that'd be why. But I also don't want her to be desaturated. She looks very desaturated right now. That said, that red looks quite nice. Maybe like a different color, but like still desaturated. Maybe a blue. Oops, shit. Oh, that doesn't look very desaturated in that blue, actually. And now things are happening. There we go. God damn it. Use the big pen, then. Use the big pen and just go whoosh. Hold on. I'm gonna actually do this. Have it be separate layers so that I can have those two. Because I actually really like how that red looks. But I also don't hate the idea of it being in blue. I think I like the dark color. The alternative would be to just have it be white. Or like a pale gray kind of thing. Which might look better with the blue. I feel like the black and red, or the black and like reddy orange, or the white with blue might be good looks. I think I'd have to think about it. I'd have to think about it a little bit more as to which one of those I pick. I do like that dark with the red, though. The red looks quite nice. Because it complements the, like, natural color scheme really well, I think. So, like, both work. And those are basically the only colors that would need to change, because I'm pretty sure the braces are going to stay that kind of, like, tanned leather look, because I don't know what else you'd make the bracers out of. Like, yeah, you can make them out of metal, but is she going to? She's a rogue. She doesn't need anything that clinks. So having it just be like leather with straps is probably better anyway, and also it's more flexible for your arm. So leather is good. And then the nice loose thing, and the scarf is just for show, just a little bit of spice, makes it look a little bit fancy. That might basically be it. I'm gonna actually export that one. Oop, I'm in the wrong tab, aren't I? There we go. That's the Alpine one. I'm just gonna export that real quick, so that I have a copy of that color scheme if I ever lose it for some reason. I shouldn't, though. Anyway, it is now 1:30 in the morning. It's actually 1:31 in the morning. It is a little bit late. Not late by much. Streaming for an extra half an hour isn't a problem, except on Sundays when I have to like wake up at like 7 in the morning on Monday, and I'm like, ugh. But it is 1:30. That means the stream is coming to an end, and normally we would be raiding Greg, but Greg is on vacation at the moment, and so what we're actually gonna do today is we are gonna be raiding Shy Red Fox, because she is doing some kind of crafting. I'm not sure exactly what crafting she's doing today. I actually am not sure what program she is currently using. But she's doing some kind of crafting. And that means that's a relevant transition. And also she's live, so I can go raid her. So before I head out, just because there are a couple people who came in who were new, a fun reminder that this is the raid call, and that you can use channel points, the little toast slice thing. You can use those to get that emote, even if you went on a subscriber, and that means you can spam toast everywhere. And get ready is our raid call. And now I'm gonna have to type her name correctly. I should be able to. Like, what are you still up to? Yeah, that happens. Alright, boom. Okay, we are going to be raiding Shy Red Fox. I'd like to thank all of you for coming and watching me figure out how birds work. Birds are terrifying, but I think we got there in the end, and I consider that to be a success. This turned out way better than I thought it would, and so I'm really glad that folks were here to help, like, spin ideas and help me figure out how bird anatomy functions. Hopefully you all have a lovely day, no matter what it is that you are doing with said day, whether you stay watching streams or go off and do your own thing or have a nap. Naps are good. And hopefully I will see many of you around in future. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Emily. See you all around. Goodbye. Bye. There we go. Oh, Darcy looks so cool though.